I'm calling with Remarks with Republicans. Today I'm sitting down with Deb Roskamp, a CPA who's running for Hancock County Treasurer. We're going to talk about why she's running, how her background as a CPA fits the role, and what voters should know before Election Day. So let's dive on in.
1, 2, 3, Yeah. Whoa, hey.
Remarks with Republicans is starting right now. What made you decide to run for Hancock County Treasurer?
It's a very good question. I was completely behind Shannon, and she had someone running against her. And then that person backed out. And I had a niece that had just graduated from Quincy University with a 4.0 in accountancy. And it's not really the angle that I thought she wanted to take, but I kept looking at that job as a possibility for her career move. And she landed a job, and she likes the people that she's working with, and she likes the job, and she had only just been in that job long enough at the time the petition papers needed to be in that since I'd been looking at it, I got interested in it and decided, that'd be a really nice way to end a career as a CPA, to do a government accounting job. And I have some experience in governmental auditing, so I knew it was something that I would enjoy.
Why do you feel now is the right time to step into this role?
Well, my retirement age is coming up in 4 to 8 years, and so it just seemed like a nice way to end a career. I had worked in public accounting. I'm a licensed CPA in Illinois, and I had done governmental auditing in the late 80s, and I had done some auditing in the 90s. Then I was a tax accountant for 35 years, and I will still do those tax returns because I don't have a full-time position in that. I worked for a law firm for 12 years here in Carthage, and I got a lot of really good experience in trust and estate work, and I've gotten very good at what I do, and I just want to do something fun and different.
For viewers who may not know, what does the county treasurer do on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I'm going to be visiting with the county treasurer after Christmas at the beginning of the year, and I'll know more about it, but I know that they take care of payroll for the county, and so there's weekly and monthly work that's done, and then of course the collection of the real estate taxes, and then the disbursements, all the entities that you're collecting those for. I believe that's probably one of the most important and maybe most time-consuming jobs of the county treasurer. They also will provide the county with budget and financial reporting every month.
Why is this role so important when it comes to protecting taxpayer dollars?
We have a lot of issues with tax collection now. There's just too much taxation. The real estate taxes are too high. Our important jobs still have to be done, but that doesn't mean that we can't be sympathetic to the taxpayer in that role.
You're a certified public accountant. How does that experience prepare you for the treasurer's job?
Well, my first job in public accounting was as an auditor for Adams County for it was probably about a 3-week time where we were in office and doing our sampling of their collections and their disbursements. And that's been several years ago, but my governmental accounting experience will make it very easy for me to be a county treasurer.
What skills from your work as CPA will directly carry over into managing county funds?
Well, I take ethics courses every year. I take continuing education classes. I have to maintain my license with 120 hours of continuing education every 3 years. And I've maintained that license since I got it in 1989. And my work will be ethical. My work will be straightforward. I will be a good communicator. I feel like being a public accountant, my face has been out there. A lot of people know me, and they'll have a trust that I'm doing everything the way it needs to be done for the taxpayer to pay the right amounts and the entities that we distribute the taxes to getting all of that done correctly.
How does having a CPA in this role benefit Hancock County taxpayers?
The taxpayers will just have trust that because I have my rules that I'm to follow as a certified public accountant licensed in Illinois, I've lived my life with a good Christian belief system, and I'm honest and I'm straightforward with people.
What does fiscal responsibility mean to you as a Republican?
So, fiscal responsibility as a Republican is conservativeness with our day to day work. We want to make sure that we are accounting for the funds exactly as they should be and distributing them according to rules and regulations. And Republicans tend to be very conservative in many aspects. So, not only fiscal responsibility, but also just making sure we're not wasting taxpayer money.
How will you ensure accuracy, accountability, and transparency in the Treasurer's office?
I will be a wonderful person to work for. I have not ever managed an office, but in the work that I did at the law firm that I worked in, I made it my mission to work well with anyone and everyone that was in that office, from the lawyers down to the people who were answering the phones. I tried to answer phones with them. I made sure that we had a good working relationship in everything that I did in that law firm, and I'm sure that I will be a really understanding, compassionate, and able to explain to the workers what needs done. And I will probably learn from some of the people who are in the office remain in that office.
How would you make financial information more understandable and accessible to the public?
Well, I believe that our treasurer's reports are being seen by the public. At least our county board has that option to make those monthly reports available. I have not investigated where those reports are published or if they're published. But anything that anybody has a question about, I will certainly be happy to answer. And if there is a line item on one of the reports that needs to be changed because it's not clear, I will make sure that that's something that the county board addresses.
How can residents feel confident their money is being managed responsibly?
When they come in to pay their tax bills, I will remind them that, this is a collection that we have to do, but I will compassionately let them know that I'm with them on the fact that Illinois real estate taxes are too high, and I will do everything I can to help reduce those taxes.
How will you work with other elected officials and the county board if elected?
I'm a people person. I really like working with people. So being a sole proprietor doing tax work on my own is sometimes lonely. And I will enjoy being around other people. And I believe that we'll just have a really good working relationship, anyone that I'm involved working with.
Why is collaboration important in county government, especially when it comes to finances?
If an office is in a good situation communicating with the treasurer and they have a situation that they feel like maybe needs changed, then they'll be more likely to come to me and talk to me about it, and we'll be able to address situations well if we have a good collaboration on addressing any changes that need made.
What's one thing voters should know about you beyond your CPA credentials?
Well, I'm a mother, a musician, a farm wife. I grew up on a farm. I married a farmer. I tend to be a Jane of all trades. Very good at what I do as an accountant, but that's always been part-time. My first and foremost is family, and church work is very important, and we play in community bands. Our whole family plays in Nauvoo and Fort Madison and Keokuk community bands, and we played in Hamilton when they had one. And I just enjoy music, and I wear my emotions on my sleeve. People know me. And what else do I call myself? Grandmother. That's a really important job now. I'm watching a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old grandson and granddaughter growing up in the same community I grew up in, and in the church that my husband grew up in, just 15 miles from the church I grew up in. We do everything as family, and so I'm a family person.
Why should Hancock County voters trust you with this responsibility?
I will do everything I can to make sure that the treasurer job is handled correctly. If anything needs changed, I will be looking to see if there are things that we can improve. I think the Hancock County taxpayers will, a lot of them recognize me from other things I have done, and the work that I've done sort of speaks for itself.
Coffee or tea?
Tea. Sweet tea. I try to avoid it though because I'm a platelet donor. There's another thing I am. I'm a platelet donor. I donate platelets every couple of weeks, and your hemoglobin can be affected by both coffee and tea. So everything in moderation, Colin.
Early mornings or late nights?
Late nights.
Spreadsheets or calculators?
Wow. Calculators. I can run a 10 key. I was actually called Magic Fingers in the law firm.
Okay, if you had to pick one, accuracy or speed?
Oh, definitely accuracy.
Biggest priority as treasurer?
Biggest priority. Wow. Looking at how things have been done for the last 24 years and learning what's been done, and then looking to see if there is something that we can change to make it a better office.
One word that describes your leadership style?
Friendly.
Most important quality in public office?
Honesty.
Paper records or digital file? Records?
Paper records, but I want it digital. It's just sometimes you cannot trust those computers to do what you want them to do. So, if somebody wants something on paper, immediately I make sure that's available.
Favorite thing about Hancock County?
Well, I call it our best kept secret. I want to see Hancock County thrive. I want there to be more industry, more possibilities for the youth to come back to our county. But our county is a very safe environment. I've always felt very comfortable here. I've really enjoyed visiting large cities, and then I really enjoy coming back home.
And final question, why should people vote in local elections?
That's a very good question. Everybody should vote. Everybody should vote. I have heard, and I know I said it, we're in Illinois, our vote doesn't matter, it won't count. Yes, it does. If everyone who was registered to vote as a Republican, who got out and voted for Donald Trump, would then turn around and vote for our Republican candidate for governor, we would elect a Republican governor. If everybody who has a FOID card would get out and vote, we would elect a Republican governor. We need to stop saying my vote doesn't matter. It matters. Go vote. It is a right and a privilege to vote, and you should exercise that right.
Thanks for speaking with me.
Thank you.